Talked about two freshmen going up against each other, and it's Penn State and Iowa for the championship at 57 and possibly for the team championship. David Taylor and Derek St. John. Here's how they got it. Taylor comes through with a pin and a major decision, and then St. John comes through 13-4 and a 5-2 close decision. 1 and 2 going at it. Let's hear from them.
David, great performance as always. You just been tearing up everyone this year. I'm sure your goal is to become a national champion. What are your thoughts handling all the pressure, becoming a freshman? You're kind of following in the footsteps of your coach, Cale Sanderson.
I just try not to think about it like that. When you start thinking about like records and that kind of stuff, and that's when you start wrestling a little more conservative and wrestling not to lose. And I'm just really lucky that I'm in a really good environment with a guy that's done something similar before. So they just keeping my focus on the next match at a time and going out and doing what I do best, and that's just wrestling hard for 7 minutes, no matter who it is.
Derek, great victory. Okay, you've got the phenom from Penn State, David Taylor, in the finals. You're probably sick of hearing that, but you do own a victory over him just even about a year ago. So what are your thoughts going into the finals? Is there an upset in you for tomorrow?
I mean, of course, there's always a chance for upset, but I wrestled him last spring. I mean, it's a close match. I wrestled him 1 or 2 other times, and they all been pretty close, except for the last one. But, it's just going out and building and taking care of business.
We're ready. They're going to take care of business. That's David Taylor. He's undefeated. And he'll go up against Derek St. John, the other freshman for Iowa. That's a good look at St. John. Both from powerhouse high school programs. Taylor from St. Paris Graham High School, coached by Jeff Jordan, and Derek St. John from Iowa City West, coached by former NCAA champion from Iowa, Mark Ryland.
In right away. I mean, that's typical David Taylor style. Get some action going right away.
But if St. John is the leg hooked and he has an opportunity, if he can keep his head up and the pressure back on him, if he can score here, be pretty big. He does have an opportunity to do just that. Got a takedown.
2 for St. John.
Wow, that's big.
That is big, and it's a confidence builder for St. John. I really like both of these guys. I'm not ashamed to say they got great futures ahead of them. Here's the situation where St. John has an arm back, pretty deep half, a little bit of real estate, not much real estate to work with, but
wow, had they been on the mat, it looked like
here's the replay of the scramble, Lee, and watch how St. John is able to free that ankle, keep his head up, gets his hips back,
and just kind of kept followed the scramble, really. Just kind of followed it like it was in slow motion, sort of.
Well, Taylor got on a really slick high crotch, and that was a good job. Both these guys have similar body styles. No question in my mind they won't finish their career at 157 pounds. They'll probably add some college muscle on as they move on, and you may see them as high as 174, but good weightlifting programs like both these programs have.
Well, when I talked to David, I asked him, are you going to be at 57 next year? He said no. So we might see him wrestling Andy Howe, guys like that next year.
I would be surprised to see both of them wrestling. To take both of these guys tall drinks of water for their weight class.
Impressive takedown early by St. John from Iowa. He's out in front 2-0 and has been riding for 50 seconds now.
Well, this is different than the regular season. This is tournament wrestling, so all these little situations mean a little bit more. We talked about great defense on the feet. And the second part of it is winning a championship, is being able to get out early. And right now, already a minute 2 of riding time being built up by St. John, who was definitely not the favorite in this weight class, in this match.
Jim, you and I were talking earlier, and we were saying the keys to maybe having an upset against David Taylor is riding him, and that's exactly what we're seeing now. Is St. John is doing a great job of riding.
Yeah, and he's doing it by going to the ankle. Right, so many times that you start by good tight waist ride, flows real well in the top position, comes right back to that ankle on that left side.
There's your rankings from Intermat. And guys, David Taylor has not been in this position all year. Behind this late in the first period. What's going on in his mind?
Well, right now he's thinking offense, get right back in on it himself. Escape takedown is a great way to answer, Tim.
Well, he got into that leg just lightning quick, and finished quickly too this time. Kept better position, was not going to get tangled up and to have his takedown countered.
Well, it's got 43 seconds in the period. See the replay, just a drop in on an ankle pick.
Guys. No action
switches
here.
Off to a double leg. It's an easy takedown, and this is important for St. John to get back in the match, because here's the position he struggled in the most. If he ends the position in the down position, ends the match in the period in the down position, it's going to be tough for him to come back.
Pat Fitzgerald, the head official from Edmond, Oklahoma, 14th Big Ten championship, and he's worked 19 NCAA tournaments.
Wow, this is exactly what you don't want to do. Okay, he got out of it. Nice loose shoulders.
Perpetual motion.
Yeah, he is.
By David Taylor.
Well, he went high, tried to get the turn. St. John did a great job of scrambling out of that, but kind of stayed back on his haunches, and Taylor just continues to wrestle hard, went right back in and kept the top position. So really important. 12 seconds left.
Interesting that David Taylor and Andrew Long a couple of years ago were going to think about being Iowa State teammates.
Absolutely.
David Taylor signed earlier with Iowa State, but for one reason, Cale Sanderson. And when Cale moved, he came with him. It's the end of the first period. The score 3-2 in favor of St. John. There's Troy Letters and Cale Sanderson.
Well, if we had any doubts about Taylor's ability to handle the pressure, I think he'd answered that. You know, that's a good takedown, good minute 15 of riding. Then he got an escape takedown and finished the period in the top position. I think he's one of those guys that talked about before that, you know, pace is more important than score.
Yes,
he has
absolutely.
a big high-paced match, throwing a lot of maneuvers at him and his opponent, changing angles, changing sides. St. John coming up, hand fighting.
Out of bounds. Pat Fitzgerald sends them back to the middle. 3-2 in favor of Taylor. There's no riding time advantage. Cale Sanderson in his second year at Penn State has it going. A lot of young wrestlers in his barn.
Oh, caution. He was cautioned earlier, so.
Yeah, he's clearly jumping the gun, Taylor is.
Next caution will be a point for St. John. A third caution in this situation, and that's when the points start mounting.
Wow, he gets on that leg so well.
Nice job of squaring the hips by St. John, though.
But boy, Taylor stays in there, doesn't he, on the leg?
Yeah, he does. He's got his knee awful close to his head. You can see a cradle developing pretty easily there. Very close to being points there.
Wow. Both up on their feet. There's Kurt Backus, former All-American from Iowa State, now on the Iowa staff on the left, and Terry Brands on the right, twin brother of Tom Brands, the head coach. They're a tandem for the Iowa Hawkeyes. The team score 130-125. A regular win here by Taylor would make it a one-point team race, but if Iowa would win here, that would really do a lot for their title hopes.
Nice counter shot there by St. John. Limps through. Good job by Taylor. Coming back up, the guy who has his head up, which is Taylor in this situation, puts the leg in and wins the scramble.
That's a great, great, great scramble situation.
Both guys.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Taylor's two goes out in front. 5-3 in favor of Penn State's Taylor.
That was St. John's takedown, though. It really was. He was in, and he just couldn't finish it, you know?
Right, it all started off a Taylor shot, and St. John did a nice job of countering back into a single leg of his own. It almost looked like he was going to catch St. John on his back. But this is where Taylor dominates in the top position. Again, if you recall, earlier in this match, St. John had a minute 15 of riding time. I cut him here.
Good start, guys. Set.
No riding time advantage. Not even close to a minute for each. 30 seconds advantage right now for Taylor.
I agree with you, Jim. He's not going to win the match by riding him. And if he's going to go for a victory, he's going to have to take him down. He's not going to turn him either.
Yeah, he's not really getting much for his time here. Getting his breaking riding time. And Taylor's pretty content. He'll take the one point. See, that's what happens, Lee. You've seen it many times where you don't want to give up a reversal. That's the worst thing that could happen. And by just relaxing in the top position, you may indeed just give up that.
Taylor trying to add to his lead with a reversal attempt here.
Taylor's looking for the reversal. Escape is not what he wants. He wants to stay in the top position.
I'll go there.
There's a stalemate. We'll go back to the center, and St. John has the opportunity to do what you think he should do, both of you.
I think you ought to go ahead and cut him and look for a big move. Look for that ace in the hole. Look for that 4 or 5 point move. And I think that's what he's going to do with the freestyle start.
And protect your legs when he...
Yeah, exactly
right.
Pet peeve. You know, you have to coach that. You have to coach guys on how to let guys up, because so many times that happens.
Whoa! A little bit of Brand's aggression rolling over to his wrestler, St. John. Love that.
6-3. David Taylor out in front of St. John. Two freshmen going at it, trying to win their first Big Ten title. What's at stake? If Taylor wins against St. John, it'll bring Penn State within 1 point of Iowa as we head into the last 5 weight classes in this championship round.
Boy, the first shot wasn't there, then he reshot right back on that single and got points.
Absolutely.
The last time these guys met, Taylor had a major decision. It's not probably going to be a major decision here. A little bit closer every time they wrestle, but still dominant as Taylor is gaining steam going into this, the last part of the third period. Taylor out in front, 8-3.
Ready, set, top. Set.
20 seconds left in the match.
David's always looking to score. He's not hanging back and holding back at all.
Let's go.
Well, he's undefeated. He has set the wrestling world by storm here, and he is still undefeated. And now as a freshman, he wins. Pretty cool customer, David Taylor. And there's his dad capturing the moment. David Taylor, his dad, David Taylor, capturing the moment for his son, David. And now David Swin puts 4 points on the board. And let's go to Jim.
Thanks, Tim. I'm here with David Taylor. And David, it just seems like you just beautiful job of keeping your offense going all the way through the match here. Your thoughts on what are you thinking out there when you're wrestling?
I'm just trying to take one takedown at a time, continue scoring. He's got good defense on a high crotch. I kind of let myself get in there a little too much. Just got to finish a little quicker. But just continue scoring as much of the match as possible.
Well, you put your team now within 1 point of the Hawkeyes, fairly close, and it's going to be an exciting race the whole out. Congratulations on your performance and your Big Ten championship. Way to go.
Thank you.
There's David Taylor, the winner. He beats St. John from Iowa. Now Penn State within 1 point of Iowa. We'll be back at 165, where we get treated to Andrew Howe, NCAA champion, who a few weeks ago we thought would not be here because of an injury. 165, Andrew Howe versus Ohio State's Colt Sponseller next on Big Ten Wrestling.